What's up, guys? So today I'm in the sauna, and I figured I have some great words of wisdom to share with you. So, like the title says, you are a learned behavior. What does that even mean? Well, everything you do, you've learned to do it for two pretty specific reasons. Either because it made you feel good or because it made you feel bad. I'll give you one example. You go, you're like 12 years old, you go and talk to a girl, you're like, wow, she's really pretty, I wanna, I'll get her number because that's what people say to do. You see a pretty girl, you go ask for her number, right? Well, you go ask for her number, she rejects you, and you feel bad right after, right? And because you feel bad, it's something that you're not likely gonna do again. And the same applies for anything that's positive in your life. Let's say you were 12 and you were good looking and you were smooth, just naturally, whatever. You could go up to the same girl, ask for her number. It would go well. She'd give you her number. All of a sudden, you'd feel good and you'd learn that that's something that you should do. But, that's just one example of how this thing works, how you work as a human. You never want to feel pain, you never want to feel bad. So when there's anything in your life that makes you feel this way, especially strong and especially significantly, to the point you can't ignore it, you're gonna listen to it. You're gonna learn from it subconsciously, even if it's for the better or for the worse, So what do you do with that information? You gotta try to teach yourself to behave well, to behave in a way that allows you to accomplish the things you want to accomplish. Now, I'll mention another one that's big. A lot of times, and for most people, and I've experienced this myself, when you wake up and you sit there in your bed and you're like, oh, I feel so shit, I just want to go back to sleep. And you go back to sleep, well, you feel good, don't you? It feels like you did the right thing, you're getting more rest. That behavior gets learned. And the more you do it, eventually you'll find yourself in a position where every single day you wake up and the last thing you want to do is to get out of bed. Why? Because you've learned that when you go back to bed, when you hit snooze, when you don't get up and you don't start doing things, you feel better. Even if it's not actually better for you, And I've been on both sides of the spectrum with waking up specifically. I've gone through periods of time where I'll wake up and just be like, oh, I want to go back to bed, I don't want to do shit. And I go back to bed. And that behavior gets learned. Whereas if you woke up, you jumped right out of fucking bed, and somehow, some way, you made it so you felt good right away, you'd learn not to fucking snooze. You'd learn not to sit there and, be hard on yourself and be like, oh, I'm so lazy, I don't want to get out of bed. You'd learn to get out of bed. It wouldn't be something you'd think about. You wouldn't have to force yourself. You'd just be like, oh, okay, I just woke up, let's get going. I could go on and on about this, about millions of examples and millions of ways this can be applied to your life. But hopefully with those two examples alone, you understand what I'm saying. You need to learn, you need to teach yourself to act the right way. To act in a way that makes the world a better place, to act in a way that makes you a better person. Those things kind of tie together. If you're a better person, you'll have a much easier time making the world a better place. But I think that's all I gotta say. So stop learning to be a bitch and start learning to be a pretty cool, strong, smart man, whatever, and go after whatever you want to go after. Stop learning to stop yourself and start learning to just go fucking get it.